we still need to talk about charms. Matt, Alicia, give our friends the scoop.
Hey Tacticians, I'm Matt Dunn, the game designer behind this set's mechanic, Charms. I'm here with Alicia Loring, who helped us make Charms a reality in-game.
Charmed to meet you. I'm Alicia, the UX lead for TFT.
Charms are magical abilities that you can purchase from the shop once per round from anywhere from 20-ish gold to completely free. They do a whole host of wild and wacky things, but their power is tied to the cost and the stage they become available. You'll only be able to buy one per round, despite seeing multiple if you roll enough, so you'll want to pick the one that's most useful to you at any given moment. Let's talk through some examples, starting with a simple one. Phantom Gloves. For 3 gold, you'll get a temporary Thief's Gloves until the end of your next player combat.
Is it really a Thief's Gloves if you don't get to keep it? A more big brain example comes from the Copycat charm, which grants you a 1-star copy of the first enemy champion to die during the next player combat. There are also charms that appear during the mid-game, when you have a bit more gold, but you're still tinkering with your strategy. Reclamation is a cheap charm that breaks apart items on bench champions for a round. Combat-oriented charms are likely to appear during the mid-game as well. Earthquake stuns your opponent's board for 2 seconds at the start of combat, while Silver Guard makes your team immune to crowd control for the first few seconds of the fight. Talk about a hard counter.
Later in the game, you'll get offered more expensive and powerful charms, like Spawn Swarm, which for 8 gold will make it so your dying champs spawn a small voidling. Gross. All 5s, a medium-priced charm, will immediately re-roll your shop into all 5 costs. It's perfect for taking screenshots to show your friends just how lucky you are. Lastly, we have Ascendant charms, which come from Xerath, a 5-cost Arcana champion with the unique Ascendant trait. Xerath, whose ability launches a barrage of arcane blasts at enemies, can grant you access to charms like the Tower, which summons a large target dummy for a round that strikes enemies with lightning, or the Sun, which will grant you a support anvil and an artifact anvil. With all these exciting late-game charms, we expect to see some crazy final 2 or 3 player fights, as players desperately charm roll to eke out just one placement better.
When the team came up with charms, we had to figure out just how to make them make sense in the game. My personal approach is that UX should feel like magic. It should fade into the background and feel like a natural extension of your powers as a tactician in the Convergence. You can see this philosophy at work with recommended items, augments and armory interfaces, or our favorite memory enhancer, the Team Planner. But for charms, we wanted to deliver something a little more delightful. When you buy a charm, it will follow your tactician around and show everyone in the lobby what type of magic you've got your hands on. And we're always looking for more ways to level up the overall TFT experience. So we're also working on quality of life improvements like new stats, or even ways to add more portals to TFT. With that, let's portal over to cosmetics.